Welcome back to my channel. It's time for your weekly transits. We have some important changes with Mercury this week, which might have an impact on the way that you communicate and the way that you process information. And also, there will be one day this week that would be absolutely perfect for taking initiative and even doing some physical activity. But first, thank you for joining me. I'm intuitive astrologer Brandy Kahn, and I approach astrology from a psychological perspective due to my educational background in psychology. Don't forget to subscribe so you can join me on this astro journey each week. As we are moving into our discussion about the transits for this week, many people want to know what's the benefit from knowing about the planetary energy for the week. And I'll share my personal perspective with you. Each one of us has the power to create our own reality. We have all been gifted with the amazing power to manifest, but so many people are not consciously creating their reality. And because of that, they can get caught up in the intentions of others. We are not here to drift aimlessly through life and to be at the mercy of other people. We are here to lead magical lives. And this begins with using the planetary energy that is given to you each week intentionally and consciously. And because I love sports, I'm going to use a sports analogy to really help you understand this. Imagine that I'm your coach and I'm giving you a playbook. And in this playbook, there's a list of plays for our upcoming game. And it's up to you to figure out how you want to run the plays. How will you decide to execute? Now, also in the playbook, there are strategies that will help you to execute the plays successfully. But ignoring the strategies makes it more difficult to have a winning play. In the same way, the list of plays in your playbook are the transits for the week. There are also strategies to help you live the highest expression of each transit. If you do not intentionally use the energy, there is a higher probability of using the energy in its lowest expression. On Monday, March 3rd, Mercury leaves the water sign of Pisces and enters the fire sign of Aries. Mercury is the planet of communication and the intellect. And in the fire sign of Aries, Mercury is passionate and he's direct. And he can be very upfront and outspoken about what he feels because he wants his voice to be heard. For this reason, he can be quite impulsive. But also when I feel into the energy of Mercury and Aries, it actually has the motto of all systems go. So he's ready to proceed full force in one direction and to make decisions very quickly. Mercury and Aries can be inspirational and motivational, but he can also be reckless and impulsive with the way that he expresses himself. So please keep that in mind this week. And on Wednesday, March 5th, Mercury will be at 3 degrees of Aries and sextile Pluto at 3 degrees of Aquarius. Again, Mercury is the planet of communication and processing, and in Aries, he is driven towards action. Now, Pluto is the planet of power, transformation, and purification. This aspect can give you the desire to know everything hidden beneath the surface. It can also lead to deep thinking and conversations that can transform. Breakthroughs from limiting patterns and thinking are also possible during this time. This is a fabulous aspect for problem solving and for finding solutions and for research because it gives a boost to our mental processes, but it can also make us rather inflexible about what we know. But this is a great aspect for speaking our boundaries and putting our boundaries in place. And you might even feel drawn to read about psychology, astrology, or healing on this day. And on Saturday, March 8th, the sun at 17 degrees of Pisces will trine Mars, 17 degrees of Cancer. Now, the sun represents our life force, our vitality, identity, and willpower. And in the sensitive and gentle water sign of Pisces, the sun is revitalized and energized through acts of compassion and through transcendence and through creativity. Now, Mars is the planet of action and energy. And in the water sign of Cancer, Mars is motivated to nurture and to protect homeland and family. Now, Mars is still out of bounds until April 7th, which means that Mars has a declination greater than 23 degrees and 27 minutes north or south. This amplifies or increases the energy of Mars. Now, again, using a sports analogy, think of a basketball court with players from opposing teams on the court. And then we have spectators or fans in the stands. Now, everyone outside the court is out of bounds, okay? They do not have to follow the same rules and regulations that the players who are in bounds or on the court have to follow. They can eat popcorn or cotton candy or even yell at the opposing team. But the players on the court are not allowed to conduct themselves in that same way. The fans in the stands have a little more freedom to act according to how they see fit. Now, Mars is emboldened to act more assertively, energetically, and aggressively right now while he is out of bounds. But this supportive aspect between the Sun and Mars can be very motivating. It can inspire us to really take initiative. This duo really sets the stage for action behind compassion. You might feel the energy to serve in a nurturing way or to create a beautiful piece of art or music. Taking action or participating in physical activity is really recommended on this day because you might experience a burst of vitality and motivation, and you want to make sure that you are channeling that energy in a constructive way. And if at any point you are feeling overwhelmed with the abundance of energy, I'd like for you to use this affirmation. I use my energy in balanced and constructive ways. So if you're starting to feel a little bit unbalanced or like you're going out of bounds, so to speak, just gently affirm that to yourself and bring yourself back to the present moment with a deep breath. This week's transits are really setting the stage for some powerful shifts. And next week, astrology brings even more insights that you won't want to miss. So make sure you subscribe so that you stay ahead of the cosmic energy, and I'll see you here again next week.